Good morning or good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this video. Wishing and praying for you and your family a blessed Christmas season. In the church, Christmas is a season. It begins on Christmas Eve on December 24th and goes all the way up to the baptism of the Lord. So about 2 weeks in length. We include Sunday, the celebration of the Holy Family, and we also include Sunday, the Epiphany, which we will talk about next week. For today, I wanted to share with you about the Holy Family. Way back in December 8th, we celebrated in honor of Mary a feast we call the Immaculate Conception. The Immaculate Conception. And this is about Mary when she was conceived, right before she was born. And so it's really a celebration of her family, of her mother and her father, and of her people, or her synagogue, the community of people that she grew up in. Because these are the people that allowed her, to encouraged her, that strengthened her to be free from sin throughout all of her life. She must have been born into a very holy family. On December 17th, we began to tell the story of Jesus' birth. And the very first reading from the Gospel of Matthew is the genealogy of Jesus. It begins way back with Abraham, our father in faith, and goes through generation after generation after generation, all the way to Joseph. And so it's his family tree. Joseph, too, was born into a holy family. And so the two of them, the parents of Jesus, created a family that based upon their ancestors who handed on to them the gift of faith. In fact, for all of these generations after generations that we see throughout all of the Hebrew scriptures, the Old Testament, we see there are 4 things that they share the same. The first is, of course, life, the gift of life that they received from the family before, the generation before. They received life. Second is they received faith. The same thing, the generations before, handing on the gift of faith. The third thing they did was they lived that faith. And so, as they grew up, faith was not where they went to church or synagogue. Faith was not a list of laws. Faith was a way of life. And then finally, each generation handed on to the next generation the gift of faith, life first, of course, faith, a living faith, and helped them to continue that journey that led us to Jesus. And so as we celebrate today in honor of the Holy Family, the prayers of the church also encourage us pray for them in thanksgiving, to pray for ourselves, our families, and to reflect upon that call to become holy ourselves. And third is to envision church as a family. The church, our relationships with one another, is as a family. So we share those same challenges. First off is to hand on the gift of life. Second off is to hand on the gift of faith to the next generation. Third is to live that faith while we are here on earth. And fourth is to give thanks to God for all of those in the past who have handed on to us what we have, those precious gifts of life and faith. And this really is at the heart of our celebration of Christmas and the Holy Family. May God bless you all in this holy time.